Yo, welcome in. Enjoy a brief intermission, and we'll get started here shortly. Welcome in. Touch grass. What? I don't know what that means, bro. There's the position. Still doing some posts online. We'll get started here soon, but you guys see I got a pretty fatty position here. Looking pretty good so far. I had to take a little bit of a loss to get into this, but we'll make it up. Alrighty. Yo. Good to see you guys in the chats here. So I entered that big short position that I was telling you guys about yesterday. And so far it's looking really good, man. So far really good. Just watching Bitcoin chew through the anchored VWAPs was really nice to see, man. You know, like it comes down to that sell in May, walk away. May 1st anchor goes up, confirms the quarter 2 April 1st anchor as resistance. So it's pinging around in there nicely. You see, like when there's a gap, a pretty big gap in the VWAPs, it tends to shoot through. And so currently we're in a pretty big gap. There's really not much volume weighted average price support until the poop line down at 63.1. So this should go relatively straight down until about the poop line, or if not the poop line, the actual July anchor, which is the quarter 3 anchor. So man, last few months the leapfrog strategy was a little bit late to play out. So I was anticipating some upside, you know, some spillover of this July bullishness into August. But it looks like we're going for this right now, right on the first day of a new month. I slapped this new anchored VWAP on the brand new daily candle here. So right now it's small, it's a little baby, this little alien green volume weighted average price, but this is a monthly VWAP. This is the August anchored volume weighted average price here. So right now it's resistance. If price were to come over this line, then I would be concerned about this short trade. But as like for right now, you know, being that we are under the Market Cipher A gray ribbon here, so we've got an established downtrend. We're under the fresh August VWAP here. And now we have a lot of important VWAPs that are resistance overhead now. The May VWAP, the April VWAP, the all-time high VWAP. So right now I'm sitting pretty in the short here. I'll show you guys the position. This is the position. We're on 25x, got 40 grand on the line. It was going against me a little bit, so I had to reduce, but then it was going for me, so I re-added back in. I'm glad I did. But I'm not going to let this go back to my entry without recouping my loss and covering some fees. So I'm going to try and make it like a win-win scenario, or like a no-loss scenario, since we had an idea and it has played out to an extent. So I deserve to reward myself for this idea that has so far been correct. So if it would be foolish of me to let this position run to my entry and then go beyond, and then this winning trade turns into a loss. I'm not going to let that happen. So weaseled myself into a good position here, which is nice. And the reasoning behind it, as you guys know, is because since it is a new month, it's the month of August now, the first thing price wants to do is go straight to the July anchored VWAP, this yellow VWAP placed on the 1st of July, all the way back here. So it's been kind of a mixed month, right? Kind of like a third of it was bearish, and then now it's bullish. And so actually it is possible that BTC is not screwed, even though there's a CME gap below us in like the high 50s, and the monthly time frame doesn't look that great. And there's a lot of reasons why I've been talking about the possibility of like a 40k Bitcoin. Even with all that bearishness, we could technically get a bounce off of this Q3 anchor here, and the uptrend could continue. So we'll just have to see, you know, what the price does once we finally do re-interact with the previous month's anchor. Is the bullishness of July enough to cancel out, you know, all these other bearish ideas? There's really no way to find out until we get an interaction on that yellow VWAP. So that's a big reason why I'm shorting down to it, because I believe that at some point this month, the price really wants to come in contact with that previous month's average. And what's cool about the VWAPs is they're dynamic. So, you know, over time, if we don't go down to this July VWAP, if somehow we find some bottom, maybe like we wick to the poop line and that's it, and we don't hit the July VWAP, and then, you know, we bottom and leg up to stop out a bunch of shorts or something, you know, then the July VWAP will have come up a little bit, you know, like this, and it'll be an easier target for the price to hit. And so it's still likely that it still hits, just like further into the month. So, but yeah, this green dotted line is my entry. The reason why I finally pulled the trigger on the short down here at these levels and not up higher is because I want to see some bears in control. You know, I want to see, like, what I had seen is that price action fell below the all-time high orange anchor and the Q2 anchor. And so that was pretty much my signal that, you know, it's not really respecting these powerful anchor supports. It's probably going to keep slicing through them. It's probably going to slice through, you know, like the May anchor and the June anchor, and it did. So now that it's below all of these, it's pretty much a straight shot down to the poop line. Catching up on the chat here. And I was feeling a little sedentary today, man. Managing this trade, it made me want to turn the treadmill on, man. So we're on the treadmill. Good to see you guys in. Lolo, good to see you. Bite Thief says, bro, re-enter your short at 66. If it does happen to come against me, I mean, I do see some bullish signals, but it's hard to trust bull signals when the real opportunity is above the zero line, you know? That's a part of using market ciphers. Once you have that good trend bias and you know where the market's going, you know which side of the waves to trust, because one side of market cipher B is untrustworthy and the other is very trustworthy in a strong trend. So yeah, I do see some BitBoy green dots and shit, but either way, if it comes up against me, I'll have to recoup my losses and cover a little bit for fees, and I'll just manage it, you know. But scared money don't make no money, man. I have a pretty clear target here, so. Crypto the Kid says, bull market over? No, dude, no. I just think that, you know, there's swings that people aren't willing to comprehend in a bull market. You know, you slap some anchored VWAPs, for instance, on Bitcoin's, you know, screw 2024 for a second. All the VWAPs I've been using have just been all these monthly and quarterly and yearly, it's like 2024's averages. But if all those fail, then you have to fall back on lifetime technical levels, things from 2022, 2021, or like, it depends on you how far you want to go back. But like, I slapped an anchored VWAP on just like this bear market low here, slap one on the COVID bottom, slap one on there, and you'll see that like the volume weighted average on a macro, super macro, like lifetime level is like down at the low 40s. So I mean, and that makes sense, because I mean, look over here, we're rolling these huge waves. It's like those big waves in the middle of the ocean that are like unfathomable to comprehend. Like, you know, you could get something like that, man. And is that the end of the bull market? No. It just you got some good rising VWAP support. See that rising purple like VWAP line there? So you got pretty good recipe for a bounce there. You've got a big cup and handle setup. So I don't think that means that like the bull market's over. If there is a capitulation on Bitcoin and the alts all seem to die, you know, that's probably the catalyst for the altcoin super cycle that everyone's been asking for. So Trench Runner says spider line is 63K. Yeah, dude, I was just talking to CryptoFace before this stream, and I was asking, are there any spider lines below, man? Like, where's the next spider line? He said it was at 63, so I'm glad that you guys are in agreement with that. But I don't know, how much profit do you guys think I should take at the July VWAP? Because you know, it is possible that we have a bullish bounce there, and we do actually go up. You know, I mean, it's crazy how coiled up these macro VWAPs are. We've got a huge block of these monthly and quarterly VWAPs, just more condensed and constricted than we've seen in months. So it's hard to say if you know, we're gonna have to play around in this tight little range for a little bit before an explosive move, or what, man. But the Ghost of Summer says take 25%. I might take more than that, man. I might take a $500,000 off the trade, man, just to freaking pay myself, because this shit's stressful, bro. But man, I do a lot of things to like boost my mentality. 100 burpees a day, and you like push yourself through like positive, stressful scenarios. Then the trading doesn't feel so stressful, man. Because sometimes managing a winning position is like worse than managing a loser. You know, at least the shitbag, you know, you're about to get out. But the winning trade, it's like, man, do I let it ride, or man? It's a little bit of everything, man. You want to cover the fees, you want to cover the downside, cover the risk, but then you also, to an extent, want to let the market kick you out. That way, if it's a really good situation, you didn't completely exit. Such is the nature of swing trading. Man, you gotta use a little discretion. Manbear Pig says, let's hit 52k tomorrow, please. Hee hee. Dude, you're total goblin mode, bro. Bro is hee-heeing right now. That's how I feel when I'm shorting, bro. I feel like I'm on goblin mode shorting Bitcoin. The Ghost of Summer says, and you could put a stop loss. I have a stop loss in my mind, but since I'm not going to sleep, I'm not going to place one on the books. I'm not trying to be hunted, bro. So I mean, there's levels that would invalidate my short bias for sure. You know, a reclamation of the fresh August VWAP currently at 64,172. That would be like a real good sign for me to reduce. And that would probably be a point where I take about 3.5k profit off the table just to cover my previous loss that I took getting into this trade. And then if we got to like the May VWAP again, might consider fully exiting or exiting maybe 80% of the position or something. But either way, man, I got levels, man. I'm watching it, bro. We're chilling. Gazgano, thanks for modding, bro. Yes, and follow my social media on X at FloppingGroper and Instagram at NickCipher. So we just got a monthly candle close. So looking at the monthly candle, it's got this like tall bottom wick to it. I don't know, it looks pretty neutral to me, like the monthly candle close. Extremely neutral. And so this fresh candle, it looks like even if it's a bullish candle, you know, we got to get some bottom wick. You know, it's got to make that bottom wick. If it's going to be a good, nice green candle, we're going to see some wicking down in here. So, you know, let it come down, man. Let it come down. I don't think it can go, it's just going to go straight up if it's a bullish candle. And honestly, look at this monthly. The monthly oscillator, red dotted out, looking to potentially lose the 60 line. So the train is just slowing down, man. It's already hit a barricade and it seems to be slowing down. But if Bitcoin can pull through and we stay over the July anchored VWAP, the previous month's anchored VWAP, you know, that is a good sign. Maybe you could see like some sort of bear divvy kind of wave where we get a second green dot and we go higher, but the second hump of this blue wave never goes as high as this first hump here. So yeah, price can go higher as the oscillators reduce, and it just creates an even bigger bearish divergence. So I'm keeping that in mind on this monthly chart. But overall, it's looking pretty bearish, man. The weekly previous candle close looks real bad. The momentum, despite getting a trigger wave, is basically at zero level of momentum. So you don't have runaway train strong levels of momentum like back here when the market was dumb pumping stupid hard. We're weak right now, man. It's a little weak. Ghost of Summer asks, do you feel like we're just in a summer crash? Yeah, man. I actually think high likelihood of Q3 being bad. In fact, something bad might happen, man. It's the political season leading up to November. If anything bad is going to happen this year, like the Trump assassination attempt already happened. But there could be more things. There could be an attack on the DNC, or Biden or Kamala Harris might get assassination attempts on them and succeed. Who the hell knows, man? You know, it's like we are vulnerable to like Q3 of 2020, Q3 of an election year is like when all the bad shit, if there's any bad shit that's gonna happen, it's gonna happen in this quarter. But you know, maybe we have a bullish Q4. Maybe it's an Uptober, starts with Uptober, and then there's just some good November volatility off the whoever wins. I don't know, man. But you know, if it keeps following the leapfrog strategy, then okay. So July was bullish. August. That means August is bearish. September, bullish. October, bearish. November, bullish. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if that pattern of it just like coin flipping each month continues. So far, it's been continuing, which is like super weird. Yeah, man. But anticipating like the possibility of extended down, I think we should see it as a major opportunity, man. This I mean, if you guys have not learned to short in previous cycles, now is the opportunity. Like, this is the ultimate test. It's like the final test. If you can retain after a dump to like 40k, something crazy like that, then you're made for this shit, in my opinion. And like, you know, you deserve, I mean, you survived the icy cold waters of rescue, man. And you saved enough breaths and the lifeboat, man, came back for you, bro. So, yeah, man, volatility is insanely good. If you consider yourself a trader, the fact that there might be like a surefire, crazy death event in the crypto space, you should be like licking your lips, because that's an opportunity. Squirt says, I want this shit to dump so I can swoop more. That's a good mentality to have, man, because you know, in every other aspect of life, you see prices going down, and that's good. If you go to Mexico, they say almost free, almost free. Every guy on the side of the road in Mexico trying to sell you something, almost free. So like, if Bitcoin was almost free, that would be sick. Yeah. Let's check the micro time frames again. Micro strategy. Let's check the micro strategy. Yeah, so we're still under. See this alien green line is our fresh August monthly anchored VWAP. This is a great level for me to gauge the health of my trade. My trade entry is this dotted line right here. Obviously, if price comes over this fresh monthly VWAP, my short trade ideas can probably be called into question, at least enough for me to take, you know, recoup my losses and maybe take a little bit of profit, so that if it does go back to my entry, I'm not in a losing trade. So that's how I'm going to approach this. But if I was a betting man, you know, we probably get a retest of the August VWAP at some point. But since we're underneath it, we just dump down lower. And, you know, since there are no real strong macro anchored VWAPs below us, you see we're in this kind of dead zone here. See if we're in this dead zone. I would think that this would kind of straight shot dump down to like the poop line or the July anchor, but we'll have to see, man. So that's where I'm at. And I'll be monitoring this throughout the night, so. But yeah, man, I've been walking on this treadmill for an hour and a half already, man. So I just wanted to do this update, let you guys know where I'm at, what I'm doing, and proof of work, baby. Let's go. Let's get it. You guys have a good one. Yeah, and I'll be back tomorrow.